Welcome back to ASJ Doctor Who, the finest channel on YouTube. That was a blatant lie, in case you couldn't tell. Where today I have just finished watching Doctor Who Series 13 Flux, Episode 5, Survivors of Flux. Oh boy. Yeah, honestly, by this point, I don't really know how much higher they can raise the stakes in this series. I mean, but by this point, they're going through the fucking roof of whatever the tallest building on the planet is right now. I don't know. Firstly, some general thoughts. Well, really, the general list of thoughts that I had was, that was a really good episode, bloody hell, holy fucking shit. And I think that pretty much sums it up. There's only so many ways I can say that was a bloody fine episode. So, on the characters, I guess. Yet another great outing for all the regulars. Dr. Yaz and Dan, no complaints with them, brilliant. Every second they're on screen, yeah, brilliant. But 5 episodes in now, there's only so many ways that I can say the main cast were really good at what they were meant to be doing. So I think this is all except that and move on. Although I've got to say that I really like the stuff that they're doing with Yaz, Dan and Jericho from last episode, travelling around trying to figure stuff out. That's quite fun. So, one of the major things, this episode was very much made up of major things to make you go, what the fuck, holy hell. So let's just sort of move through them all, as they're all kind of intertwined in their own way. That's a very annoying sound. Anyway, so first of all, I guess we should cover the return of Unit, and also Kate Stewart, who obviously appeared in the trailer. Not as much of an appearance in this episode as I think we would expected, based on her being in the trailer. But thankfully it looks like she's going to be having a role in next week's episode as well. So yeah, I really like the whole stuff with Unit. We're sort of working our way through, not necessarily its backstory and the origins of it, but definitely some things that were going on in the background alongside the organisation's formation and then history up to the present day. I really like the little references in the 1960s sequence with the general dude. I really like the references there to the post office tower event, which of course was the War Machines from the first Doctor episode, and I think there was also a little reference to the Brigadier happening off screen as well, so I appreciated that. And yeah, fanboy squealing aside, so the Grand Serpent character from Vinder's flashback sequences back in episode 3 seems to have made a reappearance in a more substantial role, and he appears to have snuck his way in and infiltrated Unit ever since its inception for some reason. Now it appears at the end of the episode that he has allied himself with the Sontarans and has helped them by infiltrating Unit in order to, I forget exactly what he was doing, but he's going to like use his secret powers within Unit or whatever it is to like help the Sontarans invade the Earth again as a form of revenge from episode 2. I think that was the gist of it anyway. So yeah, a little bit, the way they're building him up, just him helping the Sontarans again is a little bit of an anticlimax in a way, unless there's something else going on there. But yeah, I'm not really sure what his angle is entirely, why he's helping the Sontarans and doing all the stuff he's doing. It seems like he may have a bigger role in the overarching plot than they're letting on at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see what comes from him, but something to look forward to, I guess. So yeah, very sufficient level of intrigue going on there, revolving the Grand Serpent, whatever the hell he's doing, along with Sontarans. Sontarans have also invaded the tunnels owned by that Victorian guy. Sorry, I forgot his name, it was William something. Finally got some substantial content with that guy in his special underground tunnels that apparently lead off into different worlds, apparently. Now I'm wondering with the big multiverse thing going on in this episode, which ties in with the Division stuff that we'll get to in a bit, I'm wondering if that's some kind of like intersection point between a bunch of parallel worlds or something. That's really the only theory I can come up with right now in regards to those tunnels, but yeah, still a lot of mystery surrounding them, so I can't do a whole lot of speculation at the moment. Also, fun little thing about the Grand Serpent, all of his agents throughout history that we've seen in this episode had that little snake marking thing on them. I think it was always on the wrist on all of them. Before the reveal, I originally thought that was something to do with John Pertwee's snake tattoo of all things. Okay, quick bit of explanation. If you didn't know, in a couple of the John Pertwee episodes, John Pertwee, playing the Third Doctor, can be seen with a snake tattoo on his arm. Now, obviously, that's just a thing that the actor had, but if you dig around on the wiki enough, sometimes on lonely nights like I do, please help me, I'm sad. Yeah, if you do that, you will find some information about some expanded universe content, retconning that to be a symbol of Time Lord criminal thing. Basically, the Time Lords brand their criminals with that symbol to identify them as criminals. That's your gist, basically. Yeah, when I first saw that, I was thinking they were tying it back to that piece of rather obscure Doctor Who canon, but that was kind of thrown out the window when it's revealed just to be a sign of people working for this Grand Serpent villain character. So yeah, I thought I'd just waste all your time with my random theories that I had while watching the episode. But yeah, enough about that particular aspect. I can't remember if I already talked about how good Kate Stewart was in the episode, even though she was only on screen for like 5 minutes. So if I did, then I apologise for repeating myself, because I can't remember back like 7 minutes ago. But if I didn't, then, well, I've said it now, so yeah. So I guess really, in order to talk about anything more about this episode, we've really got to move on to the whole division aspect of the episode. So obviously the Doctor spends the entire episode with this woman who's now the, I guess, de facto leader of the division, or whatever's left of it, who is of course revealed to be Tecteun, who we saw in the flashbacks of Series 12. Essentially the Doctor's adoptive mother, I guess we can call her now. Could call her, because Swarm kind of made her melt, but you know, that happens. I think in terms of a reveal, I don't really know how obvious it would have been. I didn't really yeah. Ever since we saw her at the end of episode 3, it's sort of been in the back of my mind, like, maybe it's going to be a regeneration of Tecteun's character, which ended up being the case. So, of course, there were a lot of other theories going around about who she was. I'm not going to name any, because I think we all know what the most obvious one was. Yeah, that feels like quite a suitable reveal, given how it's, you know, in the confines of this particular story arc, so it's quite an important one too. So yeah, in terms of the stuff, the Doctor and Tecteun and the Ood, nice to see an Ood come back. But yeah, in terms of the stuff with them in that spaceship between different universes, there's an awful lot to unpack with that portion of the episode. So we still don't have that much backstory on the division, other than that they are just a shady organisation. The backstory we have had has been very vague, and that's not really changed with this episode. We still don't know much about them other than they were this shady organisation started on Gallifrey, and they've branched out since. For whatever reason, they want to completely wipe out the universe and just wipe their hands clean of it and move on to a different one, because the Doctor is roaming around doing their own thing. I don't know, I guess the organisation feels threatened by her or something, which I don't know. That's about all the motivation we've really got for them, so I'm still not really sure exactly why they're doing all this, why they fear the Doctor. So, I don't know, it might just be me missing something, because I tend to miss a lot of things upon first viewing. I tend to miss a lot of things upon like the 20th viewing as well, come to think of it. I'm not very good at picking up on subtle information in the things I watch, and that's why I'd be a terrible film critic. So essentially the situation is, ever since the Doctor went rogue and started trying to dig up information about the division after finding out about them from the Master, the organisation has suddenly decided, shit, we don't want anything to do with her, let's cut our losses, wipe out this universe and bugger off to a new one to start a new life. It's probably a lot more complicated than that, but you get the idea. Me not too smart. But yeah, we still don't know exactly why they think the Doctor's so dangerous. I'm reckoning it's probably going to have something to do with the whole older Doctor stuff, like to do with her origins and whatnot. I reckon they know more than they're letting on. So yeah, all in all, I still find the division's motives in what they're doing to be a bit unclear, and exactly why they've decided that it's worth it to destroy the whole universe, and just because the Doctor's doing her own thing. Unless they know something that the rest of us don't. Who knows, they might be right to be doing what they're doing, who can tell? Anyway, all that's really interesting, but sort of getting away from that slightly... One thing I want to quickly mention is the whole multiple universes thing. I know it's probably more a case of parallel universes rather than consecutive universes as such, but I just like to point out, without spoiling too much of my plans for the fan film series on this channel, can I just say the BBC kind of nipped my idea a little bit with that one? This isn't the first time this has happened, I won't go into that there. I might just be being petty, but I've kind of planned something similar to this for my fan film series, and I came up with the idea months ago, so just saying, the BBC has definitely got some kind of telepathic spying bug within my vicinity, and they are definitely leeching off my ideas. I'm not being paranoid, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. But yeah, so regardless, the whole stuff of the multiple universes thing, that's really interesting, so I want to see if they go any further with that, or whether it is basically just a backdrop for the rest of the story to play out. We get some vague hints about the Ravagers' backstory as well, with Swarm and Azure. They apparently spent this whole time doing what they're doing as a way to breach the Division's secret spaceship, and yeah, take the place over, I guess. So there's obviously something going on between the Division and the Ravagers. Well, I mean, they're obviously old enemies, but we don't really know anything more than that. So, but basically a lot of other crazy shit going on with Vinda and Diane inside the passenger form, and Belle and Carvanista coming under attack from Zontarans when trying to shield the Earth. A whole load of other stuff I'm not going to get into too much detail on here, otherwise I'll be here all night recording this. And I think last major thing I want to touch on is the fob watch in the bell jar in the shelf in the big control room in Tecteun's area of the division. So there's obviously a variation of the chameleon arc technology, which houses the memories taken from the Doctor before they were Hartnell. And judging by that brief shot in the trailer, it looks like they are going to open it and we are going to see at least something within that. If they do go ahead with it and like reveal a lot of stuff about that, it's going to be a major game changer. They'll either go down that route or they'll do like a sort of anticlimactic and cop-out-y sort of ending where they'll like reveal at best drips of what this whole thing is, you know, like what big deal it is with past memories of the pre-Doctor, I guess. But they won't like decide to delve into it properly, and it'll be like ending off on a note that's like, you know what? I don't need to know any of this. Basically, long story short, my intrigue levels are through the roof with the proximity that we are now getting to potentially getting pre-Doctor's memories revealed to us. Basically, every single aspect about the division portions of this episode is just fantastic. I think you can probably get from my incoherent, excited ramblings what my general thoughts were on the episode. So I think I'll end it there, otherwise we're going to be here for a long time. Well, that was certainly a bloody whopper of a episode, wasn't it? Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. No one's sent me batteries for my Sonic yet. I requested this last week. Can someone please hurry up and send me some batteries for this thing? Thank you. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back roughly same time next week with the review of the series finale, The Vanquishers. Sorry I missed Doctor Who's anniversary this year as well. Happy anniversary of Doctor Who for like 6 days ago. I was very busy at the time, sorry I missed that. But yeah, bye for now and have fun!